Okay, so finishing up with numero 3, or san. Video no san. Video number 3. So, what are the last of my favorite films? Now, one of my favorite films, I think my all-time favorite film by Quentin Tarantino would have to be his Kill Bill. Kill Bill is a very special film to me. It really spoke something to me. It said, yes, a foreigner can come to Japan and make a film, a weird and wacky film like this one. It made everything seem more possible. That's one thing I really loved about it. I love the character, I can't remember her name, something Kiriyama, but she plays the character Gogo in this film, Kill Bill. And I can't stand the second one. I don't know, I'm glad they split them up because they're completely different films. But I really enjoyed this one, and I was vastly disappointed with the second one. But this is a little cool box set here. It's a little Japanese box set. I think I showed this in the last one of my videos one time. It's a little box set. Came with the T-shirt. Came with the DVD. I hear. Tell me something. Tell me I'm wrong. It comes with like the Japanese version of Kill Bill is different than the American version of Kill Bill. Is what I hear. So the stuff that came with it in this box set, these little toys. I'll do a close-up. These toys here, and a little bear brick box. Here, I'll show you the bear brick. It's up here. Bear brick box is right. Yeah, bear brick. Kill Bill bear brick. Pretty damn cool, huh, folks? Anyway, I'll find the t-shirt. Hold on a moment. I still don't quite understand the meaning for this t-shirt, but it has Okinawa. Not sure why Okinawa was particularly special. I'm not sure. Is this t-shirt in the film? I don't particularly remember it. I don't know. Sometimes my eye is really keen on subtleties, sometimes it isn't. Anyway, yeah, Kill Bill, one of my all-time favorites. Love the characters, love everything about it, love the exploitation. Everything's in it. Okay, so next film, David Lynch's Blue Velvet. David Lynch's Blue Velvet is one of my particularly favorite films, mostly because it was a film that really portrayed David Lynch in a coherent sort of way. I think that's one reason why I liked it, but it sort of set the standard of the surrealism mixed in with the sort of good old Americana, the sort of deep, sort of different meaning to it. And it was very surrealistic and very voyeuristic. And Dennis Hopper's performance is something that of a lifetime, something you won't forget. Rashomon. Rashomon is another film by Akira Kurosawa that represents an incident with one fact. That a woodsman goes to the woods and sees a wife and her husband, and the husband is dead. The husband dies. And he's killed, literally. And it's taken from 3 different viewpoints. One from the woodsman, one from the wife, one from the bandit, and one from all the 3 of those. I guess that's it. And it's all told differently. It's sort of, I think it's actually used in court cases now, the Rashomon effect, that one person can see one event drastically different than the other. And it's really well choreographed and filmed. Everything is really put together very, very well. That's one thing I like about it. And I love the way he depicts Toshida Mofume in the film. There's like a couple of scenes he shoots with him are just hilarious. I think that's one of my favorite parts of that film. So, El Mariachi. El Mariachi. And I don't know if Robert Rodriguez's first film, El Mariachi. Unless I'm mistaken, the film was shot for $7,000, and it's an action film. It's a damn good action film for $7,000. What things I really particularly liked about it was just how he made that film. He made it very cheaply, and I love how he sped up certain parts of the film, like to add like this sort of comedy. It has this comedy and sort of this action that's only Robert Rodriguez could do. I think he should make more films like this, personally. I mean, now I think he has too much money to play around with, but it was just so creative, everything he did with that. He made it like a great picture. Just how cheap it was. Spaceballs. Okay, so It's a little sophomoric, it's a little silly, but it's one of my favorite Mel Brooks films. I really like Mel Brooks films. I love parodies. The parodies today are terrible. I do not watch parodies anymore, unless your name is Megwin. Big fan of Megwin. And Spaceballs in general is a film that was the only film by Mel Brooks I've watched repeatedly. I've had times when it's like my biggest cult film. I think I remember more lines from Spaceballs than I do any other movie. It has so many quotes. I mean, me and my friends used to watch the film, and we critiqued the living shit out of that film. But we loved it. We couldn't get enough of it. So it has some sort of nostalgic value for a lot of us. So, moving on. Next film. It's another film by Akira Kurosawa, and this film is called Ikiru. Ikiru, or To Live. Ikiru is one of my favorite films for a number of reasons. It's one of the first dramas that sort of actually spelt out that sad and depressing tearjerkers can actually be good movies, opposed to just being tearjerkers and oh my god, I want to kill myself sort of films, like a lot of Korean films. But this film in particular had sort of meaning, it had style. It had, your interest in this character. It had this sort of deep and interesting impact that not a lot of films have. And it really drives you through with all the clever editing, all the clever cinematography. And it's just highly recommended. I'm not going to spoil it for you, so please, give it a watch. This film is called Bad Boy Bubby. It's one of my favorites for a number of different reasons. It's funny, it's bizarre, it's surreal. It has so much in this film. What it's about this film about this. Not a lot of people have heard of this film. If you have, write something in the comments. I'd be interested to see if somebody's seen this. But Bad Boy Bubby is a film shot in Australia for a really small budget, and it's all about this one man who is in a house, and his mother tells him that he's deathly allergic to oxygen, and he'd die upon impact if he ever left the house. He's like a 30-year-old man, and he sleeps with his mother, and it's a very, very bizarre film that one day he just decides to leave and go outside. I'm not going to give away any more else, but it's quite the film. It sticks with me. I still think about it to this day. Fuck, I'm going to see it again. Okay, so next film, Scorsese, and there's this film called, it was one of his bombs, The King of Comedy, starring Robert De Niro as Mr. Rupert Pupkin. Mr. Rupert Pupkin. He had, what I like about this film is that it's one of these characters who just automatically wants attention, who just needs attention in his life. And during the film, he kidnapped Jerry Lewis. In the film, known as Jerry Langford. But it's just sort of this mentality and this psychotic sort of mindset that Robert De Niro has, and he does it really well. I mean, okay, Meet the Parents and all these other bullshit comedy movies Robert De Niro has made are bullshit. They're terrible. I don't recommend any of them. But this one is really good. Steamboat Jr. Bill. Steamboat Jr. Bill is Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton made films that... He was the first filmmaker who, when I watched his films, I said, cinematography and production value and sets are important. The sets become a character. They are a character. They are something. Because I used to hate films with like these huge production values and these huge sets because I thought, what a waste of money. But it wasn't until Buster Keaton made the couple of films that I saw The General, wasn't too impressed with it. But the Steamboat Jr. Bill, where a whole house falls on him, he has houses moving up in the air, it just really made the whole film a comedy. I mean, in a different way, different than Chaplin, and different than probably Harold Lloyd. Because I saw for this film is that production value is key to one of your characters, really. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Okay, so Pee-wee's Big Adventure is like one of Tim Burton's earlier works, and I think, quite frankly, it's probably only one of my really favorite Tim Burton films. Tim Burton today just makes films for the store Hot Topic. He doesn't make films that are enjoyable anymore. This is just my opinion, but anyway, this film in particular, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I really love. It's another cult film. I've seen it many times. I've seen it dubbed in Japanese. It's a great film. There's so many memorable scenes, and it brings me back to my childhood. So, ladies and gents, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd like to see you leave a comment. Tell me some of your favorite films. Tell me, I mean, no particular order. Just tell me like 10 of your favorite films in the comments below. Alright, thanks guys.